G'day, it's Rowan here from Your Life Designed. I'm sitting here on this lovely grassy knoll, perched out in the sunshine on this chilly but beautiful winter's day here in Sydney. Now, I'm really excited about the content of this clip and I really hope you get something out of it. But first, let me ask you a question. When it comes to those aspects of your life where you'd like to see a bit of change or a bit of improvement, a bit of progress, do you see yourself as more of the kind of giver and the contributor, or do you just expect these things to change with time? Now, the reason I want to share this clip is because contribution is king. With any aspect in your life, you see it everywhere, whether it is your career or a business that you're running, or your relationships, or your health, your vitality, your strength, your spirituality. Contribution is king, and I'm sure you'll understand that a bit more by the end of this clip. Let me start by giving you two words: giver's gain. You may have heard that phrase before, or fleshed out a bit. The more you give, the more you get. Now, putting it into my own words, the more you contribute to any aspect of your life, the more improvement you will find. Jim Rohn used a great analogy where he talked about sowing seeds before you reap your harvest. He was kind of saying that the more seeds you sow, the greater your harvest will be. However, first you must sow the seeds. You don't reap the harvest first. You sow the seeds first, and then you reap the harvest. Now, in terms of contribution, I'll give you some examples. Say personal development. In the personal development space, in my opinion, there's no one who has contributed more time and more effort into himself than Tony Robbins. He claims to have read over 700 books in 7 years. And he, through the contribution of his time and his effort into himself, has transformed his personality and transformed his very core into just a sensational example of someone who can change themselves but also impact the lives. He impacts the lives of millions of people worldwide every year. Further to that though, he also has several, I think more than a handful of successful businesses, and I can assure you he doesn't operate under the principles of swapping or taking. You know, he is a contributor, he is a giver, and it naturally comes back to him. Now, talking about that business side of things, I'm not sure if you're in a career or you work for someone, or say, for example, if you have your own business. I ask you, what is it that you are contributing? What are you contributing to your target market? Or what are you contributing to the people who influence your target market? Do you have products or services that you can give or contribute? Do you have some knowledge or some wisdom that you're able to share with people in order to attract them to you? Now, another example, I've got a 2-year-old myself, and I just see the people, well, first of all, I just love kids. I think toddlers are fantastic. We could all take a leaf out of a toddler's book when it comes to living in the moment. But when it comes to toddlers, they don't sugarcoat things, and they don't do things on demand. They do whatever they feel. So when someone comes to them and expects some attention from that toddler, but is not willing to contribute the effort or the time into that toddler, it's very clear. The toddler, you know, someone might come into the room and say, "Hey, give me a hug," and the toddler will just look at them like, "No, I'm not going to hug you. I don't want to do that." Obviously not verbalizing it, but you can see it in their body language. Whereas when someone comes into the room and they've got toys and they're zooming them around, or they've got some dolls and they're brushing their hair, or they're contributing effort and time and trying to connect with that toddler, then the difference is just extraordinarily different. It's so visible. The toddler makes it so clear so quickly. Now that's kind of an example of relationship, but digging down a little bit deeper into relationships, I'm not sure if you're in a relationship or a relationship of the past. The thing that I kind of want to talk about is how in a relationship we kind of expect in a relationship that being in this relationship We expect a certain level of romance or affection or time or attention or whatever it is, just because we are in that relationship. There's an expectation there. But a lot of people don't consider that the contribution to the relationship is actually the most important part. The more you contribute to your partner, the more you will see returned. If you are walking in, you get home from a day of work and you give your partner a kiss on the cheek and then go and plonk yourself in front of the TV or the computer, or you go and busy yourself and you, hey, how are you? Yeah, good, yeah, cool. You can only expect so much in return. Whereas if you're busting in there and you're keeping the relationship alive with some spontaneity and some questions that are, a bit deeper, and some attention that is unexpected, then what you'll see in return is the same kind of thing, but more. Abundance comes to those who give and who contribute. Now, on that relationship thread, I'd like to share a little quote with you before I go, and that is, "It is not in loving, but in being loved, our heart finds its quest. It is in giving, not in getting, our lives are blessed." I hope you got something from this clip. If so, please subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.